Hello, this is the one episode rule coming to you on a bright and sunny March the 231st.
Certainly feels like it.
How are you guys doing?
Log date 3074. I am still inside of my home. I don't know what day it is, what year it is. I don't know. The only thing that is constant is that we have to watch anime. This is my only mechanism for telling time, is whenever we do this podcast, I just count the days.
The big man comes to torment me with his weeaboo knife.
Here forever.
Every 7 sleeps, I have to participate in this comedy podcast about a medium I'm just lukewarm on.
And I'm only a casual fan.
If that.
Anime fandom's interesting because unless you're like super in, everybody else is always trying to downplay how much of a weird they are. They're just like, oh no, I only like Serial Experiments Lane.
Which I think skips you ahead in line. I think if your one anime exception is something like Lane, it's like, no, yeah, you are a weeaboo, sorry.
No, you jumped up a couple of notches, actually.
Yeah, sorry, you went too far.
It's just like, oh wait, you like Satoshi Kon? Oh shit.
It's like I don't watch a lot of anime, but I did binge watch Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I was really high.
Just one day. So one day, everyone on this podcast will say the name of that anime right.
Yeah,
Neon Genesis.
It's just be like, no, I hate anime. That's some stupid shit for babies. I did, however, consume all of Paranoia Agent in the span of 24 hours.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I became very ill afterward.
Yeah, I think that's like damaging.
Oh. Do you guys have any? Yeah, like, introduce yourselves properly.
Yeah.
Joey next.
Me, Joey. I'm the Joey, and yeah, I'm losing my mind. Slowly. So y'all want to hear about the updates for the
Sure, tell us
anime.
about the progress of the madness.
Please.
Let's see. I watched more of that shit that we watched last time.
What did we watch last time?
Oh yeah, I meant to get more into that.
We watched Higurashi last time.
Was that a week ago?
That was a week ago.
Jesus.
Also,
it's been 84 years.
Yeah. Let me tell you, that show is buck wild. There's no way I can talk about it without spoiling what it's like. So I won't.
Are you down to watch?
Please?
Are you down to rewatch some episodes?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Let's bop to it.
I would love to.
Please, you have to watch more of that shit because
I will watch more and talk with you about how stupid it is.
Yes. I've been watching Lupin the Third. It's very good. It's so dumb. I love it.
You watching the movies or the series?
No, I'm watching the series. I'm gonna watch all of this shit.
All right.
Which that's gonna be a journey.
No one's gonna stop you.
No, here's the thing: is it's fun in a like old cartoon kind of way. I've been enjoying that. The other thing that I did was I did a crime against the podcast. Apparently, by watching Akagi.
Oh yeah, yeah. Joey couldn't contain their thirst for knife-faced men, and went ahead and watched Akagi, which I was actually going to whip out at some point to further torment the podcast with, but now it's not an option.
I had to save my co-hosts.
Thank you.
But,
Please destroy my co-hosts.
I am growing weaker with every passing day, and I think that another thing that looks like Kaiji would have just absolutely unmade me.
What you're not? What you weren't excited for the prospect of a show that looks like Kaiji and is about mahjong?
No.
Yeah, it's indecipherable. So yeah, that's been my week, pretty much.
All right,
Cool.
Emma, since you're so combative, bring something to the
Okay.
table.
Hello, I'm Emma. I found out today that I believe, indirectly referenced last time that there's something going on in the country. I found out today that we are not. Well, I guess it's not as relevant for us, but YouTube is demonetizing people who talk about it.
Oh shit!
Who like use the actual word. So we're not gonna talk about Kirito in this episode.
We're just gonna refer to it as Kirito.
Are we not gonna talk about Kirito 19?
We can't talk about Kirito. Yeah, so that's what I found out today, is that YouTube is demonetizing videos in which it detects Kirito related discussion.
You know what? We can't talk about Kirito sounds like a Japanese remake of We Need to Talk About Kevin.
Wow.
It's just 7 minutes of silence. Anyway. So, wow, I didn't actually know that. I would have popped off with some plague talk, but
yeah.
I don't know whether that's a good idea or a bad idea, because like obviously
yes,
it's probably
the bubonic plague.
Like it's probably a bad draconian YouTube idea, as per usual. But then again, stamping out misinformation has been a nightmare, apparently.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of people getting a lot of mixed signals and getting a lot of extremely horrible advice on social media about how to deal with Kirito. So it may just be better to not talk about Kirito, period.
Listen, we have to move on because I can't deal.
Do not write fan fiction. Wash your hands.
I can't.
Do not write fanfic about Kirito.
This bit will destroy me, and I will be unable to host. So,
we lost New York to Kirito already.
Do you have anything else, or should I go to the news?
Just everybody be careful, okay? Because if you die in the game, you die for real.
Where's the logout button?
Okay, we're going
Where's
to the
logout button of this fucking podcast?
We're gonna go to the news. Which one do I want to do first? Okay. Yeah. Here's what I want to do first, because it's not actually funny. It's just interesting. There's going to be a new streaming service out that's free, which is cool. I'm not. This sounds like I'm doing an ad spot for them. I'm just going to discuss them because I don't know whether they're dog shit or not. But Retro Crush is it's either already on or it's about to launch. And it's got 140 things on it that are all ancient anime. Like it's not new stuff. It's like super old stuff. Let's see what we got. It's gonna have Cyber 6, Devil Lady, Galaxy Express 999, Urusei Yatsura 2, which since they specified, I guess that means they don't have one. That's very strange.
I already have access to Retro Crush. It's called Hoopla, and it has such amazing titles as as Little Women and June.
But they apparently are going to add Fist of the North Star to it. So
wow!
So watch it. It's a cool service. I don't know. I'm gonna check it out. I'll tell you all whether or not it's terrible.
Yeah, get us the scoop.
It could be all fucked up with ads. Let's see. And okay, while I'm gonna put this spicy one at the end. But let's see. While I was scrounging around for news, I found something that isn't current but is interesting. Especially since we were talking about it last week. Did you know that somebody out there wrote an SCP light novel?
What?
Whoa.
That's
What?
not surprising, but still.
It's
Now, hang on. Let's clarify. Light or visual?
no, it's a light novel. It's a book.
Okay. All right.
Actually, that's even less surprising.
It is called the SCP Foundation, and yeah, it has a logo and everything on it. Iris Through the Looking Glass, light novel, volume 1. I'm going to send y'all I was going to send you a picture of the cover, but I can't.
Is this going to be our
Is
one
there-
episode rule for the day? Is we just read the first
Yeah, we'll just
chapter
read a
of this
book.
light novel?
So
I'd be
sorry.
into it.
Sorry if this is inaccessible for our listeners, but we are all old world SCP fandom folks.
Yeah, I was about to get into it. We were the way this sort of group of people, the host of the show, met was that we were into ARGs, specifically Slenderman and SCP and stuff. So we're super into like weird Western fiction, and it's weird to see something like that bleed into the Japanosphere.
Yeah. My high school friend actually wrote SCP-614.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is Iris the photographer girl, the one who can reach into photos?
Might be. This book apparently contains references to like 15 SCPs as part of its plot.
Wow.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Including the main character. So that may be
I kind of
true.
want to watch. I kind of want to read this now, actually.
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, you guys and the listeners, should I just buy this book off of Amazon?
You should buy it to me, and you should
Yeah.
buy it and send it to me.
Please do.
I should buy it and read it and then send it to Black.
You should. Yeah.
It's only
You should.
it's only
We'll
like
pass
10
it around.
Yeah, it's only like $10 in paperback.
If there were some sort of ebook or PDF version, I would suggest that we do a read along together.
Well, it is on Kindle.
Oh, swag.
But it is also $9 on Kindle. So.
Yeah. We could do a little round robin, the way that they read The Legend of Drizzt on Audible and had like Weird Al and Ice-T and that annoying guy from Star Trek.
Oh wow.
So
This fucking
which one are
thing.
you?
This fucking thing has a look inside preview.
Wild. Anyway, and the last thing, the last thing is, I want to address you directly, Emma.
Me? God.
Yeah. So, can you care to remind us all on your stance on Castlevania being an anime?
Oh my god, guys, I'm having an aneurysm. Guys, I'm having a fucking aneurysm right now. I need you to see this. I need you to see this fucking phrase I just saw in the look inside preview for the SCP Foundation Iris Through the Looking Glass light novel. Look at this.
Okay, that's a liner note. But anyway,
yeah, that's fair.
I'll have you. We all recognize your struggle. Now shut up while I take Emma to task.
All right. Interesting.
So yeah, care to remind everyone on your stance about Castlevania being an anime?
The Netflix television program.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not an anime because it's written, produced, and developed by an American team, and then it's animated in Japan, and it's influenced by Japanese content and by the the art style, but it is factually not an anime.
Okay, so I have a question to ask you.
Okay.
How do you feel about Rick and Morty?
Rick and Morty?
Yeah, Rick and Morty, the American television program, Rick and Morty.
Yeah, that's an anime.
That is an anime?
Yeah, why not? No, of course it's not a fucking anime, moron. It's also an American team. It's just animated probably, I guess, in like Japan or maybe Korea or something.
Really? Because that's not really that's not really what I was getting at. Because we're all aware that the actual television show isn't an anime.
Okay.
But I'd like to send you something.
Okay.
that is a short that aired on Adult Swim
Okay.
the other night.
Okay.
And take a look. Just take a look.
No.
And tell me, is this an anime? Because it was made in Japan, and it was directed by Japanese people and written by Japanese people and animated by Japanese people. In fact, it's a Studio Dean production, which is the people who make Konosuba. Is this an anime?
Oh God. Oh no.
Oh no. I don't like this.
I mean,
magpie.
yes, it is. I'm gonna go ahead and say that it is an anime. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. Jesus.
So Rick and Morty is an anime, but Castlevania is.
Not all of Rick and Morty, just this part of Rick and Morty. This Rick and Morty short is in fact an anime.
It's a nice clean rip too.
Oh shit.
God, yeah, that's a.
What have you done?
It's good. It's
Don't
good.
like it.
I laughed so hard I muted myself.
I watched this whole short. I dived down in there so I could breathe the gas in before I did this bit.
Sucks.
Honestly, it's an okay action scene. There's really nothing else going on in it. It looks a little bit like Lone Wolf and Cub. So
I can't. We talked about Rick and Morty on our anime podcast, and I feel like that means it's over. I think we've jumped the shark.
What's this red dot on me? Does anyone else have this going on?
All right. So Blackle, I understand that you have a program for us to watch.
Yeah, remember last time when I said that my cousin said I shouldn't watch this anime because it sucked, and we ended up watching the fucking horrifying thing that we shouldn't talk about anymore?
Yeah.
Well, a different cousin said that they liked this one, which means it's probably also going to be shit.
Cool.
And
your cousins
sorry to
haven't
roast,
listened to our program or
they probably don't. They probably don't, but like, come on. We watch anyway. The reason why I think it's going to be shit is because the name of it is Izakaya Nobu.
Oh.
And we all know how we feel about isekais, right?
Well,
I have to say it.
I have so many. What?
Blackle, do you have to kill us like this?
Blackle, you're grounded. I'm not letting you pick another anime next week.
I have complicated feelings about Isekai.
I mean, here's the thing: is there are some that I like. I like Dr. Stone. It's one of my favorites, but
it's weird because I don't know if we can call that an isekai because it's just the same world but older.
I think it kind of counts.
Yeah,
it's functionally different.
We need to like, okay, when I go on vacation to a different country, if I go to Germany on vacation, is that an isekai?
Do you leave
only
the
if
Earth?
You jump 3,000 years into the future where everyone is extinct? Yes, it is.
Get them. Get their ass.
All right, we're back, and boy, am I fucking hungry. Oh, I didn't even find a. Give me a second. We'll find out. Blurb.
Blurb. I'm actually. I ate while I was watching this.
I did too. So I'm still hungry.
Feels like that would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
My roommate is cooking salmon and rice, and I'm like so excited. After watching this, I've gone into like a frothing like rage of how much I need this rice and salmon.
All right, I got us a blurb. Hey, Blackle, you want to read this blurb?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just read ahead real quick. Izakaya Nobu is a modest establishment staffed with only 2 people. Master Nobuyuki Yazawa and server Shinobu Senkei. Despite its humble appearance, its entrance is mysteriously connected to an ancient city from another world, Aetheria. Nobu's patrons consist of lazy palace guards, incognito clergyman, and a waterworks guildmaster. Not your average clientele, but once they enter Nobu's doors, they are greeted with the finest alcohol and dishes, the likes of which they've never seen. The patrons leave their troubles at the door as they call, "Give me a cold ale, master."
Master. Yeah, wow, you really
nailed it.
tried on that one, huh?
You said them all good.
What?
You said you pronounced everything right except for incognito at first.
which is Latin and not Japanese, so it's not kind of out of our purview.
So it's not my wheelhouse.
Are you pulling my leg?
No, you said it all right. Yeah,
Oh,
Izakaya,
wow.
Nobu, Nobuyuki Yazawa, Shinobu Senkei. You said it all right.
Took me a while, though.
I appreciated the deep breaths that you did.
Slowly working it out. So this show is Blaggle, do you have any inkling that the show was going to be the way it is?
I had no earthly idea. All I knew was the title.
Okay, well, I honestly, you didn't even tell us the most important word, because I actually know what an Izakaya is.
I know what an Isekai is too, but it wasn't the word that my cousin gave me.
So we missed out on the biggest clue.
Sure.
Yes.
This is just a cooking show.
This is a cooking show.
Just another cooking show.
It's a cooking show, although I will say that it's not quite Ghibli food, but it's pretty fucking good looking food.
It's real good. You can tell where the money went.
And honestly, it's just sort of a sad bowl of potato soup, and it's still good looking food. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Can I just... Okay.
We should explain something too. These episodes are 15 minutes long, which is a weird length for an episode, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know that we've had any that were that length on this show before.
But,
what length was it? I didn't even notice.
Yeah, they're 15 minutes.
Oh.
Which is like super weird. But so the last like 5 minutes is actually taken up by a live action portion where an actual chef takes the ingredients from the dish featured in the show, in this case potato Odin with daikon, and
with
makes
a fucking weird woman talking over it in a disgusting gremlin voice.
Oh yeah, she's super into it. She's like anime salivating off screen.
The like flying sidekick from Conception was there.
She's just like, oh my god, you made a potato salad and you put that in it. Oh, the daikon steak. Oh fuck me now.
God.
Oh.
Her voice was really bad, yo. I didn't like it.
You're gonna sear it on both sides of the broth. Oh. She's just off to the side. She's just like, you want to put your hand on my pants while you do this? Like,
that's not food safe.
It's not food safe.
Oh,
he's a
that's
professional.
not food safe.
We'll fuck you after.
After washing his hand.
So, did anybody like it?
The show and the cooking segment. Okay. The show doesn't have a lot going on, but I kind of like it. It doesn't directly offend me in most ways. The biggest problem I had is something I wrote down in my notes, which I call text gore.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's so true.
Which is that everything is subtitled, including information that is not spoken. And some of the subtitles remained on screen for the entire show.
Entire duration of the episode.
So the top like fifth of the screen was basically unviewable because it was covered in the episode title.
Yes. There was a textually oppressive atmosphere in this show.
God. I think that there wasn't a lot to dislike about the show.
Yeah,
I
like
think it didn't
really
didn't squick me in any ways. It was just like generally just a nice time, I guess.
But you hated the show about the cocktails.
I did because I have my own personal hangups about like I don't know. I think I was just focusing on the food, and I thought it was really funny that they were freaking out about the glass bottles or the glass glasses.
I like that
That distracted me enough.
I like that they called the beer "What's on Tap."
Yes, I loved that too. That was really funny.
I liked the cooking segment. I thought that was really cool. I thought that all the food looked good. But after about 2 dishes, I was like, I get it. Okay, you're medieval people, and it's like crazy to have good soup and cold drinks. Okay.
They actually took it a little far because, like, people still cooked back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was like the episode. The whole episode was just like this one guy, just like close-ups of this one guy's mouth while he's eating.
Oh, and he made
like,
the gulpy noises.
It's just like the beer. To be fair, I appreciate this show shining a light on the fact that ancient liquor was really rough.
Yeah.
You don't get things that don't happen in the modern world are like wine having dregs, which was the junk at the bottom of the wine that would settle into your glass. And you would sometimes accidentally drink and go, oh, God!
God.
Because it's just like old grape skins and shit.
Just like dead
Didn't
pieces of pork.
Didn't have cheesecloth back then, I guess.
Just ancient dead yeast from the fermentation.
Damn.
There was a lot about this that really confused my brain and distracted me and sort of didn't take me out of it, but really distracted me from it. For example, in the opening, when they say, our izakaya is like any izakaya, except the front door opens into a different world. And I was like, where does the back door open to? And I was just trying to think.
Presumably Tokyo.
Yeah, I was like, is it just some random alley in modern day Shibuya? Like, where is it? I want to know.
It's like it probably exits into like a service alleyway.
Yeah, that was what I assumed.
And that's how they go home.
Are they ever worried about
employee entrance and then the front? No one ever comes in the front entrance in our world because it goes nowhere.
Yeah, I'm just wondering like if there's probably going to be because here's the thing is that this is obviously a cooking show. Will it have a plot, and will one of these fucking like ancient country bumpkins get lost in fucking Tokyo?
In like modern Akihabara or something.
Or like maybe modern time people come into the restaurant
and they leave through the front door.
I did see a woman in the ending credits, it was like a picture of a bunch of people enjoying themselves in the Izakaya. Anyway, I lost it.
You got it right so often, and now you're losing it.
I know. It's leaking out of my brain like it's SCP-0555. Well, which number was it again? Anyway. All
right.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I did notice a woman with like blue hair and like a modern dress on that wasn't the server in the end, in like a still image of what was going to come next.
Maybe they're just like, where do you come from? Oh, the back door, and they just leave and they come back and they're just like, Okay, pros, I like modern clothing. Cons, I don't have any real money.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing is that I think that given how this show is, I kind of doubt they're going to do things with that.
Yeah, it's like a 10-minute show with a 5-minute cooking segment, so I feel like there's not going to be any plot beyond like different fantasy people being like, wow, Coca-Cola.
It's just like, I like the beer, and also I tell you what, I had to look up what a daikon was, and I was just like, oh, it's just a big fucking radish, ain't it?
It's the big fuck off Japanese radishes, yeah.
Are they different from like American radishes? Because it strikes me as like having a big bite of that sucks,
Everything's bigger in
Seems
Japan.
like it.
including the hornets.
All right,
Yeah, they're
everybody.
3 inches long and spit acid.
So,
I think
So do I.
that it'll probably have at least one person leave and go to a different restaurant.
But yeah, I don't expect a lot of plot out of this because there's like logical inconsistencies that they're not going to want to tackle. Like, how do they pay their fucking bills? Like to
yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
Japanese government, they're going to pay them with fucking doubloons and shit. They don't
My
even charge that much.
assumption is either like it's not. I guess Itheria or whatever is like a different world, but I'm assuming their money is probably made of something that if you took it to actual Japan, you could take it to, I don't know, a Japanese pawn shop. Do they have this? And just like
Like a jeweler.
trade
they-
up.
They extremely do. In
Yeah.
fact, most Japanese, a lot of Japanese pawn shops are actually part of the very interesting Japanese method of gambling, even though gambling is illegal in Japan.
Yes. They
Well,
find other
what
ways.
I assume is that that they're like coins made of like silver or something. They can just melt that shit down.
Yeah, he said it was
Yeah.
he said it was a silver coin, so I imagine they just throw them on a pile and they just melt them into bars or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they sell them, and that's like how they make their real world money.
That's how they make
Man,
their
they're
real.
probably rolling in it then.
Yeah, they're completely free of fiat currency. They're ANCAPs. That's incredible.
Love it.
Wow.
I can't believe that's the take we have on this show is that the fucking like main characters are obviously ANCAPs.
They're fucking ANCAP sushi chefs. Not sushi chefs. That's a different joint. I forget what a sushi joint's called. I think it's called a sushi, but I don't know.
I believe it's called a susho.
Okay.
It's not true. That was a joke.
Fish house.
Fish realm.
Can I say something which is like almost just like I got distracted so much about this that I like had to like rewind to rewatch what I saw because I noticed that like the fucking patrons would say like Kartoffel and Wurst and like, are these guys German? And
Yeah.
if so, can they speak Japanese? And if not, why are they speaking Japanese? And like, is this just they've translated the voices so that we can understand them, but then didn't translate some of the words so that we would know that they were German, which I guess makes sense. But at the same time, how do they understand all the Japanese speaking people? Are they also speaking German? But I can't tell.
It's just a TV show.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
I think what the most likely thing is that some Japanese producer picked out a couple of German words because they sounded fantasy and used them.
Yeah.
Like a Kartoffel and a Wurst.
Anyway,
I don't even know what they were on about.
That I wasn't paying attention for a little bit.
You know what? Fuck them. Those guys definitely aren't German because you know what? German people love potatoes.
Yeah.
As a descendant of many German people and a knower of some,
Knower
Yes.
of some.
we are potato-based people.
I'll put that on your
Potatoes good.
resume. Knower of some Germans.
My last thing that I would like, I guess, say is that this is, I think, the first, I guess I would call it like reverse isekai that I think I can ever remember seeing. Where instead of the people going to like a more fantasy world, more the fantasy world people come to our world.
Well, I feel like that's still an isekai. It's just the world they start in is fucking weird, and they go to the different.
It's still an isekai.
And then they go home, that's the weirdest.
I think a
Part of it.
reverse isekai is we start in media res where someone has been fucking taken out of their world and like put into this new world and like found their niche there and has been living there for the last like 20 years and then they get sent back and they have to like
and they're just miserable.
to readjust. No, more my thing. Like it's definitely an isekai, but more the thing that like it's not normally more fantasy-ish people coming to like our world. You know what I'm saying?
In Isekai, the general understanding is that it's someone from our world going to a new world. The new world is not usually our world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting.
That's just Disney's Enchanted.
I should bring this up, by the way, as I caught this, and I don't think any of y'all did. Did you know? You guys didn't notice that this was produced by fucking Sunrise, i.e., the people who make Gundam.
Oh.
What?
Huh.
I mean, technically, it's the people who make Gundam. It's different studios, but the people who like manage the whole IP are Sunrise, and they do it so that they can sell plastic robots.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, no, this wouldn't have like even crossed my. I don't care about Gundam at all, so it's like.
Yeah.
I saw that fucking logo and I saw Haru bounce by and I was just like, that's the little fucking orb motherfucker from Gundam.
Not a Gundam gal, so it kind of missed me.
Not a gun gal?
No. God. Stop. But yeah, it's I thought it was really boring.
We've all run out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I wrote like 14 lines of notes, and one of them was just please.
And please let it be over.
About 4 or 5 of them just say, okay, I get it.
Just please do something. Anything, really.
It felt a lot like the sort of short stories that I would write in elementary school, where I would think that I had like a really cool idea, but then it would just be like the same scene over and over and over again. And that's basically what it was. It was just like, oh wow, this is fun. Like some like old time people coming to like a modern restaurant and trying food and being like, wow. And then they do that for 10 minutes straight, and then I go to sleep and I start checking Twitter.
I was hoping that it was like a different world that they opened up into every week, and
that
like
was that'd be also wild. What I was hoping.
That would be really a lot cooler, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a location in Transformers that does that.
Yeah, apparently it's the same world every time because some of these characters recur.
Yes,
yeah. Like the guards keep coming back because it's the best fucking place in their lives.
Yeah. It'd be cool if it was like they had multiple doors that open on different places and they got to interact. I don't know. Just any amount of like actual interesting thing.
So wait, so you want like different, like people from like different fantasy realms and species and stuff to come in every week on a per episode basis?
I'm kind of scared of where you're going with this, Magpie.
Yeah, you wanna explore like different like cultures and species every episode.
I'm very fair.
Okay, shut it down. Shut it all down.
We're done here. Pack it in.
What I want is I want you know the fucking like Overlook Hotel or whatever it's called in Control, where there's all the doors that open up into different realities and you have to like pass through it.
The Overlook Hotel. That's
What's it
called?
What's it called then? I forgot what it is.
It's the Ocean View. And listen, you could be forgiven for forgetting the Ocean View Hotel, but the problem is that the Overlook Hotel is the most famous hotel that ever fucking hotelled because it was the setting for The Shining.
And it is.
Listen, I said that, and I realized in my mind that's like a 45% chance that it's the fucking Shining Hotel, but I couldn't stop now.
Oh, I fucked up, and now the knives are coming for me.
Anyway, I want the Ocean View Hotel where it's just actually a fucking like restaurant, and all the doors are open.
This sounds like a fucking archive of your own fic, where people were just like, I should write some fanfic. What about? Fuck it, all of it.
Yeah. Yes. See, I would actually be more into that idea than this show, which is basically just like, yeah, some of the fucking like no-name, ugly-faced background guards from Attack on Titan go to Cheers.
Hey, there's nothing. These guys weren't ugly. They were like completely generic, but
That's well, one of them was okay, and I mean they weren't like ugly. They were just like exactly what all the background characters in Attack on Titan look like. And one guy looked kind of like Chad Kruger from Nickelback.
Wait, is
hate
that the lead?
Yes.
Yeah, look at this graph. Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, him.
You know what? Let's wrap this up. I'm bored.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do have one thing to say.
Okay.
Which is that for some reason Russian Crunchyroll was being a little bit uppity about the fact that I have an ad blocker installed, and I was like, well, I gotta have my fucking Izakaya Nobu, so I fucking turned it off. And oh wow, there's a lot of really horny anime girl banners all over fucking Russian Crunchyroll, and there was
Damn,
a
yeah.
fucking like impossibly big titty like anime girl in a banner right next to the fucking like video player, and I was like, this is gonna kill me. This is gonna bore a hole right through my soul. So I fucking like got my like Chrome Inspector tools open and deleted the element, so it was gone. I was like, okay, I'm safe. Halfway through the episode, it like fucking appeared out of nowhere again.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they
crawled back out.
And I wrote in my notes in all caps, "The fucking titty girl is back to end me."
When he ever dies.
He's just like, you think you could get away from me, bitch?
Yeah.
That's very good.
Oh, your boyfriend won't last 5 minutes listening to this podcast.
Say this. Don't say this thing.
No, we can't. It's done. Email time.
Okay.
No, I never got to say whether I watch more of this shit.
Would you watch more of the show, Joey?
No, here's my thing is that I wouldn't even this show has nothing to appeal. Like I don't even eat any of this. I wouldn't eat it. I don't care.
Well, you don't like potato?
No, I like potato, but I don't really.
You don't like sad potato in water?
No, I'm very picky. This has nothing for me.
The only reason I would watch more of this would be to watch the cooking segments at the end with the happy Japanese man and the presenter who desperately wants to fuck him.
Yeah,
or the food, I'm not sure. She may just be very hungry.
It's
Horngry.
Yeah. Horngry is the greatest thing we have ever contributed to modern culture. Because it seems like the only thing we've ever said that might stick.
It's already a thing, I'm sorry to say.
Fuck that. No, it's ours now. We made this.
We claimed it.
Did you not watch the Seinfeld episode or fucking
stupid podcast?
George Costanza eats like a big like hoagie while he's having sex with a woman.
Nobody's ever seen Seinfeld.
Can we please do the email?
We're gonna do the email. Okay, great. There's no email. If you want to change that,
I hate that I'm not making that up. It's an actual Seinfeld episode.
If you want to change the fact that nobody's ever seen Seinfeld and we don't have any emails, you can do so at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
If you send us an email telling us to watch the first episode of Seinfeld, we will do it.
No, we won't.
It's not true. I will not subject myself to Jerry. You can also reach us on Twitter. We are at oneepisodecast. And what is the thing that the email and the Twitter have in common, Joey?
That would be one, the word, not the number. ONE.
That's good.
Trying to mix it up and be fun. We really should have ended after I implied that Black wants to watch Ishizoku Reviewers. That was the funniest joke.
That was the funniest joke, but we had other bits to say.
So anyway, fuck you all. Goodbye.